Fellow tennis nerds, hope all is well. I want to talk today about Tsitsipas. Some of you have messaged me and you've noticed that his string setup has changed, and it's been going back and forth, this string setup. I don't know exactly what he's trying to achieve. Maybe more power, maybe more comfort, because he had this elbow surgery. And I've talked about this in previous videos, but now he seems to be changing a little bit again. All the power gut, and he's been full bed all the power. Full bed 4G was the standard. That's a little bit stiffer string, so maybe that has been hurting his arm a bit. And now he feels like he wants more power, more comfort, and he goes then for a hybrid setup where you can put, for example, the gut in the mains and a poly in the crosses. This is also all the power in the crosses. You preferably want a round polyester, I would say, so it actually helps the strings move a bit. Otherwise they can get stuck, shaped string, and it also will reduce lifespan on that string. So he's testing that, and he's also using a dampener, someone said. And quite weird to see a top pro going from no dampener to dampener, because that's very specific sensation when you hit the ball. If you have a dampener, it doesn't really affect the comfort that much. That's what the science says, but it's a sensation. So when you hit the ball with a dampener, the sound is more muted. That's probably the biggest impact, the sound. But it's also a feeling of a dampening that sensation when you strike the ball. You have a little bit more of a connection to where in the string that you hit the ball without the dampener, but it's also a plusher, softer feel when you have a dampener. Doesn't really change comfort, as I said. That's been a debated claim. I haven't really seen any evidence that it should dampen the vibrations, the nasty vibrations that can aggravate your elbow, for example. Maybe if we do more in scientific tests, there is some kind of backing behind that, but that's not what I've seen, and that's not what the literature says. But maybe he likes the feel. Maybe he thinks that this can actually contribute to helping his arm a little bit if he's feeling his elbow. And usually tennis elbow comes from technique, overuse, gear, and different types of things. Could also not be an elbow thing. Could also that he wants to change the feel. He wants to change the performance of how the racket plays. He has Philippoussis on his team. Maybe he impacts him a bit on how his gear should be. That also happens in tennis. So not exactly sure why he keeps adjusting the strings and the setup. The racket remains the same. The blade, I think it's the K-Factor blade, the K blade with some customization. You've seen the specs in my other videos of that racket. As far as I know, that remains the same. But the strings he keeps tweaking with. And it's not unheard of that pros start tweaking their strings and try to find a better setup. So we'll see where he ends up. Have you tried hybrid strings? Let me know in the comments. It's usually a nice idea to lower the launch angle, get a bit of a softer feel, a bit more comfort, a bit more power. It's a great attempt. Otherwise, you can go for a softer polyester, a little bit more lively polyester that moves a bit more. The strings that don't move, that are thick or shaped, they are usually stiffer and can impact your arm, but will also give you better control overall. So that's really where you have to experiment to see what kind of string setup works for you. Stefanos is still experimenting, and he's trying to find his way and his setup, and I will follow the space. If you know anything else, maybe he's trying to reduce weight or something else in collaboration with Philippoussis, which seems to be a great collaboration, let me know. But Stefanos had a pretty rough start here to the Indian Wells, where he lost to Jordan Thompson from Australia. That's all. If you need more help with racket strings and so on, go to tennisnerd.net/help, where you will find resources, racket course, racket consultations, all the things you need to know about pro player gear and tennis will be on tennisnerd.net. We also have a coaching course that I've done together with Coach Nikki, an ex-pro, where we've developed an app, so you can check that out in the Google Play Store or the App Store, and it's called Unstrung Nerds. So I hope you check that out and enjoy that one. That's all for today. Have a nice day, and don't forget to play some tennis.